We do have it recorded. Let's see. Okay. Been on the roll with business setup, and I'm waiting for the EIN to be confirmed, and Checker app didn't find it. What can I do in the meantime? Okay, so in the meantime, of course, see if you have all of your fundamentals set up, right? So your domain, email, phone number, if you have all of those things set up, then you can start hiring. Start looking for your cleaners, because I don't know what area you're in. That process time could be long or could not be long. It's really like, there's really no set time of how long that can be. But if you're waiting for your EIN, I would definitely say, oh, Atlanta, okay, I would definitely say to start looking for cleaners while you're waiting for that. And then, did you do your EIN just recently? Because I just got a new EIN this morning, because they were down for like holiday maintenance, and then like they just opened back up this morning. So if you've been waiting a long time, check, send them a message and follow up with them. Can you please walk me through a VA program through here? I'm interested in the VA. So you're interested in like in the VA training, like to hire your own, or one with my VA company? Let me know and I'll follow up with that. Anyone with help for commercial cleaning? I need more info on walkthroughs and proposals. Okay, yeah. So Naomi, we're gonna have Kendall back, because look, y'all, I have no idea about commercial. Like I have no idea. So he is like our commercial partner. So for those that we see like the partner trainings on the side, I've basically been able to partner with other individuals within the cleaning industry that focus on other aspects. Because y'all, the cleaning business is, I mean, it's just $1 billion industry, and it's not just all in residential. I'm always going to teach residential, because anybody that's first starting in the cleaning industry, residential is awesome because it's the fastest way to get fast cash flow. Like you can literally go live. Now, let me make my disclaimer, because markets do matter, budgets do matter, okay? But even with the smallest budget, you can literally go live on Thumbtack and get leads that same day, okay? So that's why I love residential, right? Where with other ones, you have to put in a little bit of legwork in the beginning to be able to find your first clients. So commercial, I have no idea, love, but we will have Kendall back. And then you can always ask a question, and you can always check out his group. Shoot, I forgot the name of his group. Man, I was just on there. I'll try to remember what the name of his group is, but you can always go in ours and tag him, and he'll come and respond. And then sometimes he gives me information to add into. So since he came in and taught us, he has then since gave me some more information to add into that commercial space. So check out that too, because I see send me something about like the gatekeepers or something like that to add to it. So definitely check out that as well. Okay, so I see a hand raised. Go ahead, love.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out how to get off of mute.
You're fine.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So with my question, I have two questions. The first one was with you said you had your own VA service. So I am actually I started off in commercial. So
Okay.
I was wondering, so I had a commercial mentor, but I had hired you for, the residential side of it. So I was wondering, would your VAs could your VAs do cold calling for commercial as well?
Yes, so we do cold calling for commercials. We have a set of scripts, but if you want to provide your own, we go off of those. The only thing is like, you'd have to do the walkthrough, or somebody on your team would have to do the initial walkthrough, but we do definitely make the sales calls.
Okay, cool. And I was wondering with residential, because I had been really on your course all weekend.
Yay.
And so I kind of, and I hear you, you know, you talk about Thumbtack a lot, but I have, first, when I first got started, I guess I can say names on here. I had the lead generation of Angie Liz, and
Okay.
they burnt me so that it kind of, with the paying for the lead thing, it kind of got a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to try Thumbtack, but Angie Lee really got a bad
Yeah.
taste in my mouth. So I was wondering, I was like, so today I was listening to, I was on lesson 35, and I was listening, I was like, I wonder if I could do cold calling with residential. So that was my
Mm.
question for you.
So Angie's List is different. I personally do not like Angie's List. There is another one that is Home Pro. I can't think of it. There's another company that's very similar to Angie's List. Like they use the same model.
Home Advisor.
Home Advisor, yes.
Yeah, they the same. They merge.
Yeah. Oh, so we'll see. Okay. But Thumbtack is very different than Home Advisor, because Thumbtack, you're paying per lead. You can preload money on there, but you're paying per lead. What area are you in?
I am in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Okay, I would definitely recommend testing out Thumbtack, because you can test it out with just a couple of dollars, maybe $20, $50, and see what you would get back. I know like there's a lot of people that like the love-hate relationship with Thumbtack. I get it, right? But we had the discussion on the Facebook group too, right? Where people like Thumbtack leads, they don't close, they're expensive, but they only don't close, and they only are expensive if we don't close the lead. Because if you get a $500, $400, $300 client for a $25 lead, you're not going to mind paying $25. So definitely test it out. And with the cold calling, now that's something that I've never done before, or not sure of, because where would you get the list from?
Well, so with the guy that I'm with, I paid for an automation course, and he kind of showed me how to do a back end of how to get different businesses to cold call. But they have a thing on there with residential to give you a list of the area, like new construction build, new homeowners that makes like, so much money, it's the like, even so
I get it's kind of like a list you would get for like wholesaling, almost, in a sense.
Yeah, in a sense. And then too, like, I am in the Chambers of Commerce.
Got it.
So they have a list of people, in their income brackets. You can choose which income bracket you want to really geared to. So I could get that list of them.
Well, I mean, since you have a list and you can even like niche down and like micro target your list based upon income and area, I mean, I would definitely give it a try, because you have the list. So if you have their phone numbers, yeah, I would definitely call, send text message. If you have their address, send new homeowner gift packets, you know what I mean? So I mean, there's so many different marketing options. I think with residential, a lot of people will just continue to stay on the wheel and do what works for other companies, but I would definitely say try it, because you're not going to really know if it works until you try it.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then if it works, let me know. I would love to know how that worked out for you. I mean, especially for like the new construction, because I mean, if you partner up with a construction company to provide, a service, it's kind of like what we're talking about with the apartment. We're partnering with like apartment complexes, to where you provide this as a service. But when you do vendor contracts through apartments and you do like a move out cleaning, I feel like apartments feel like, okay, that's something that we need, right? Like we need these clients. But when you're partnering with them for this is a service that will benefit them as well as an amenity that they can offer, it's actually a benefit for that company. So if you partner with like a new subdivision and they offer like free cleanings for the first 100 people that puts a down payment on a new lot, you know what I mean? Like that could be a good potential partnership.
Right. And you know what, and you gave me a good idea because I subcontract for a builder as well.
Hmm.
So I can start leaving my information in the
Yep.
houses, like I just cleaned it. So,
Yep.
so yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let me scroll to the chat, then I'm going to come to you next, Naomi. Let's see. Okay. Hey, oops, nope, scroll up. Okay, I was hoping that you'll be able to answer my question regarding membership. Was there a question? Maybe April, what was your question? Did I just see you raise your hand? April, what was your
Hi.
question about membership? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I sent you a message the other night regarding memberships for residential, and you said you
Oh,
were going to
you
get back with
did.
me.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So I'm so sorry. But no, you brought up, this is a good time that I can discuss this. I can share this with everybody. So you guys,
Okay.
April sent me a DM the other day about offering like a membership package for her cleaning service, right? And this is not for reoccurring, because right, you have your reoccurring where you offer them 10% for weekly or, 20, whatever for weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, right? But this is like, hey, for if you pay $400 every month, you can get two standard cleaning appointments per month, right? Is that what you're referring to, April? Kind of like that?
Yeah, something like that, or just offer additional services or additional discounted services.
I
Of course,
definitely
it
like
has
that
to.
idea
Uh-huh.
because memberships are not foreign to people, right? Most people are
Right.
used to memberships. Their TV subscriptions are on memberships. Their gym
Right.
is on membership. Their protein shakes. Now their groceries are on membership, right? So I don't
Right.
think it's a bad idea whatsoever. You would have to structure it in a way to where they feel like it'll benefit them. But I
Right.
definitely think that would be a good idea because memberships are not foreign to people. Now it's becoming second nature, and people and businesses are heavily dependent on memberships and subscription services for reoccurring revenue. So I definitely think that's a good idea.
One last question with that is that, can I be able to program that in Booking Koala?
Yes. Because yes, you would have to tweak it around though, because like how you have your reoccurring cleaning appointments and on the back end, you set your reoccurring cleaning appointments up. You would just have to like create a reoccurring cleaning plan that matches your membership.
I see. I see. Because if they didn't, I was thinking about just applying an app to my website that would allow that.
Right. Because I mean, the next easiest way would be Stripe, would be just having, so like on your front end of your website, right? Let's say you just create a separate membership page, right?
Right.
And on that page, you have all the information and then you have the different packages. And then there's a link, there's a button on the different package A, package B, package C. And then when they click the link, it'll take them to pay it. Now, the only thing, you'll have to add an extra step because you'll have to manually go and schedule the appointments on your Booking Koala. But I mean, that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That answered my question.
You're welcome. Naomi, I see your hand raised, love.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hello.
I wanted to ask you a question about the Thumbtack. So whenever I get leads or opportunities on Thumbtack, it doesn't state the square footage. So like if I get I got a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom today, and I don't know how to price that because it ranges from like, there's like a $30 difference between the square footages. So I don't want to lowball myself.
Right.
So is there a way that I can figure out in the settings how to set up square footages or what do I do with that lead or that opportunity? So do I question, do I say, hey, what's your square footage? Because obviously there's other pros that are replying.
Yes. So Thumbtack removed that like 2 years ago. They used to have it on there, but they removed it. I don't know why. So unfortunately, there's not a way for you to actually add that setting on there. But normally what I do, right, is that's just a question that we ask. So our first question is, of course, greeting them, right? So hello, Mrs. Smith, thank you so much for reaching out. We do have open availability for you. May I get your best date and time, right? So that's just my first initial message to put my hat in the ringer, right? So that way they'll be able to respond. And then once they, say whatever they have to say, then I'm like, awesome. Can I please get your square footage so I can provide you with a quote? So unfortunately, you'll have to ask them that. And then if they don't know it, just ask them for the service address, and then you can Google it and find it. Because that's normally I have the VAs will double check the addresses anyways, so we can make sure that they're giving us the right square footage size. So you can ask them, what is the square footage of your home? So I can make sure to provide you with the right, quote. And then or if they like, I don't know, well, may I get your service address? And we can definitely figure that out for you.
Okay, so usually they put their scheduling preferences on there. It's like every single bit of information, necessary information is on there, apart from square footage.
I know. I feel like Thumbtack removed it because it made price points more expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like they know that if the house is bigger, then we're going to charge more. And if we charge more, their clients are not going to want the service.
Yeah.
So, because they used to have it. It used to be a range, and then you would be able to, so like when you would put your pre-pricing settings, you would put your price points per square footage, just like you would on the website, but then they removed it.
Yeah. Yeah. So would it be best to like reply back with, hey, our prices for 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom start from here. Maybe we can get more information, something like that in the notes.
Oh, wait, like when you're responding back to them, or you're
so on the opportunities, it says, give a price and then leave a message and then send that off.
Okay.
So in that page, would it be just to say, hey, our range for 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom starts from here. If you need more information, please feel free to contact us, etc., etc.
Now, are you getting direct leads, or are you only doing opportunity leads?
I'm responding to both.
Okay, because opportunity leads cost more.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So I'm gonna do a share screen real quick because I need to show you guys this, okay? Because opportunity leads cost more. Like they cost a lot more. And I want to make sure that you guys don't end up having to pay these extra fees for opportunity leads. Now, like the only benefit is that you won't actually have to pay for the lead until they respond. So if you initially send a request to them, then you don't have to pay for it. But if they respond back to you, then the moment they respond back to you, you'll have to pay for that lead. Let me get this login. Because yes, because somebody else had sent me a message too, and they're like, oh my God, this Thumbtack lead cost me so much money. And I was like flabbergasted. I was like, oh my God, like how? But let me see. And it's because they were bidding. And what happened, and of course, of course, Thumbtack wants you to bid on the opportunity lead, right? Because they're going to get paid more money. And those are the notifications that you get. That is like their average, that's like their marketing to let you know, like, hey, like, here's your carrot, come get this lead. Like they're literally here waiting on you. But yeah, so
I didn't know that.
I would definitely recommend, and like now I'm having a hard time getting into.
Also, while you're doing that, I've uploaded a bunch of pictures onto my Thumbtack. but once I view it as a customer, I can't actually see those pictures. Is there a reason why?
You upload a picture like for the front face, like I don't know why.
I
to
don't
be-
know. As when I was building my profile, it said to me, hey, do you want to add some pictures? So I did add some pictures, but I can't, once I view it as a customer, I can't see it on my profile.
That I don't know. I wouldn't know. I would say maybe try to send them a message and find out why they're not showing up.
Okay.
So when you look at an opportunity leads, right? If you go to view details and
Uh-huh.
over here on this small little print where it says view price point, you'll see that your opportunity lead costs a lot.
Oh my God.
Now, you only pay for this when the customer respond, but this is the lead. Now, yes, this is a reoccurring cleaning. I think I saw it was a reoccurring. Yeah. So granted, this is a reoccurring cleaning, right? And Thumbtack is still saying that, hey, you're going to make X amount of money on this lead if you get it. So this is why this is costing this much. But opportunity leads still cost more than what a regular lead will. They'll give you the discount, but it still costs more. I'm trying to see if I can find a one-timer. And then y'all know how I feel about getting reoccurring cleaning leads is that they still may not book with you for that reoccurring. It's not a guarantee. It just means that they are interested in the idea of having a reoccurring, but it doesn't mean that they're going to actually book reoccurring. That's why I don't mind just getting the one-time leads, doing my follow-up sequence and having them to become reoccurring clients. So
Yeah.
This is the fee for every 2 week, or no, this is for a monthly. So this is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath monthly, and you're paying $53. Now, granted, it based upon the price point, right? And what was this? A deep clean, a standard? It is a standard cleaning, 2,000 square feet, pretty clean, which means they're not going to want to pay a lot of money for it because they're letting you know in advance that it ain't that bad. We're just looking for the cleaners to come every 3 weeks to vac. Oh, shoot. And this is even worse because you're going to pay $53 for this lead and they just want you to come and vacuum and possibly clean the windows. So, but like the clients, you guys, they don't know what the cleaners are being charged when we click on these leads. They don't, on their end, it's free. They're like, well, this is what I need. This is the platform that says I can find it. Let me come find somebody. So they don't necessarily know that what we're being charged, but that was that lead.
Okay.
Naomi, did that answer your question?
Yes. That
Okay,
did. Thank
great.
you.
Let's see, I'm so nervous to hire. I'm great. I'm a great interviewee, but have never interviewed ever. Any tips on how to sound professional? I don't want my age to deter me from my first client. I definitely understand that. I felt that way for a very long time. Sometimes I still feel that way. I don't know, it's really weird, but sometimes I still feel that way. Like when I'm having a meeting with somebody that's older than I am. I would say what you have to do is just sound confident and like, because you don't want to pretend to be anybody that you're not. Okay. In the role that you're in, you have to be able to grow into it. So if you are fully aware and know all the things about your business, know what you're offering, know what you're providing for them, know the tasks, you can teach, tell them all the things, then you just go in there and you just simply provide the information to them. Like, don't think of it as a super, because especially if you're coming from corporate, you have like that anxiety if you go into an interview, you're trying not to fidget, you're trying to look them in the face, but you're trying not to look too intimidating, right? You're trying to do all the things. Like, don't over anxiety yourself thinking about like, that's what it's going to be like in corporate. Literally just make it a conversation that you're just asking them the questions. Hey, this is my company. This is what we're working on right now. Do you currently have 2 years of experience? Do you currently have your own supplies, your own equipment? Do you mind if we do a background check? You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally just a conversation where you're asking them questions. And I totally understand what you're feeling because I felt the same way when I had to give my first interviews. I think I was like, hey, we're hiring. Do you want to work for us? I forgot to tell her like when we pay. I forgot to tell her like how we paid. I was just excited I got my first cleaner that was willing to work with me. So like in this phase, as you're growing in your business, some things like you're going to have to just learn by doing, but I would just recommend like, don't try to be like anybody else. Don't worry about sounding professional. Just be yourself. Okay. Learn your business, learn the information, and just have the conversation with them. And if anything, like make sure that you have things written down so that way you won't get lost in the conversation without remembering like your talking points. So make sure you have your talking points down, all the questions that you need to ask them, and then to even write the answers down so that way you won't forget, because I've done that in the past too. But yes, definitely don't be nervous. Okay, you totally got this. The hiring part has to be done. Okay. So like I said, just do it. And the more times you get used to it, the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. I promise. It'll be like second nature. Okay. I see a hand raised. And then I'll come back to the.
You
to the
just
question.
answered one of my questions, so I don't know if you want to kind of go to somebody else
Oh.
and come back to me.
You're fine.
That
Let you
was
have
me that
another one.
asked that question.
So
Yes,
you waited
I do.
patiently.
Oh, thank you. So I actually had a question about basically the money process of the business, because I've been watching some of the videos and you've been kind of explaining it, but I guess I'm just kind of not getting it.
Okay.
So basically what I mean by that is like, so, you know, somebody says, hey, I want my house to be vacuumed or something. And I'm like, okay, let me send you the quote. And they're like, okay, I'm going to pay now. So they pay online, and I have Stripe. So I'm like, how does that kind of go? So they pay, they click the button, say pay now, they put their card information in, and then like what happens next kind of thing.
Okay. So do you have Booking Koala or a booking system?
Booking Koala, correct.
Okay. So what happens is like, so what that customer journey will look like is you sell the client, right? They're ready to book with you. You send them the quote link. So now this all also depends on how you have your Booking Koala set up. Okay. How I like to have my Booking Koala set up is when the client books, when the client books 24 hours prior to their appointment. So let's say they have a cleaning appointment on Friday, they're booking today. Thursday, 24 hours prior to their appointment, the system will do a pre-authorization hold of the fund of the cleaning appointment. So if the appointment's for 300, they'll do a pre-authorization hold of that 300. And then they will actually take the money out the following day after the cleaning appointment. So I have it set on on Booking Koala to take the money out the next morning at 10 a.m. And I specifically have it set that way. So that way, when my VAs are calling to do like their check-in calls to make sure that everything went well, just in case everything didn't, I can make sure to be ahead of it. So if we have to do a reclean or percentage off, or they want a refund or whatever the situation is, we'll be ahead of it, because I'd rather fix it ahead of time versus trying to do a refund, because Stripe will take up to 10 business days. So that is specifically how I have the backend set up. So if the backend is set up similar to that, your customer journey will look like when the client books their appointment, they will put their card information on Booking Koala. Okay. They will check to make sure that the funds are available. It doesn't do a hold. It just sees that the funds are available. If it doesn't, then it'll decline the transaction. If they do, then the booking will take place. Okay. And then on Thursday morning, the Booking Koala will do a pre-authorization hold for that amount. Now, nothing of this shows up on Stripe yet. Okay. So the cleaning went well, everything went awesome. Saturday morning at 9 a.m., that's when Stripe will actually get the money from Booking Koala and it'll go into your Stripe account. Okay. If you have a newer Stripe account, then it takes a couple of business days, maybe 5 to 7 business days before. Like if you're new to Stripe, you have to build up your relationship with Stripe. The more relationship you have, the more income you have, the faster that they will release your funds. So depending on that, once Stripe has the funds and they go through their process, then the funds will be transferred into your designated banking account that you have set up with Stripe.
Okay, and then after the banking account, then Gusto comes into play. We would have to transfer money from the banking account onto the Gusto payroll app.
Correct. No, well, no, not correct. I'm sorry. So Gusto and your bank account or Stripe, like neither of them is like automatically connected to where it happens automatically. So what will happen is, okay, so now that cleaning is done, you got your money, it's in your bank account, you're about to process payroll, okay? When you process payroll, you have your Gusto account linked to your bank account, okay? I'm not sure if you've seen that Profit First class where they taught on like how to have different accounts for different things. So for payroll expenses, income, taxes, right? So if you have an actual payroll account, you'll have that account set up to your Gusto. So when you process payroll, you're like, okay, Emily did a cleaning, she's get 300. Rebecca did 400, Jose did 500, right? You'll put those dollar amounts in there, and then Gusto will take that money out on Friday morning when they're processing your payroll. But it's going to take it out from that account. So normally what I like to do, let's say you got that money that came in to your bank account from Stripe, right? When that money comes in, that's when I like to disperse it to the different accounts. So I'll disperse, I'd be like, okay, 20% goes to taxes, 50% goes to payroll, 10% goes to expenses, right? So that way, that money that has came in, I'm already setting aside payroll. So that way, when I run payroll, the money's already in there.
Okay,
and you can have your Stripe set up on like different time, like you can have your Stripe to be deposited in weekly, daily. So if you want like, okay, all your money to come in at one time, so that way you can just take that lump sum and disperse it into your appropriate accounts and your payroll comes out, then that's how Gusto will take the money out Friday. So if you have the Gusto account, that's just the contractor only, okay? It's 4 business days to process. So you want to process payroll on Monday. So when you process payroll on Monday, Gusto won't take the money out until Friday morning when they're actually taking your withdrawal, when they're actually processing your direct deposit.
Gotcha. So just basically to clarify, so after it goes to Stripe and then it goes to your bank account, you're basically kind of going to Gusto and kind of setting up when, like, what areas on Gusto the money's going to go to, and like kind of like that.
Yeah, not necessarily what area, but what cleaners. So what contractors.
Okay.
And it's
Gotcha.
really easy. Like it's not like you don't have to put in hours or make it a detailed, like it's literally just like you'll pull up the name and you'll put the total dollar amount. You pull up the next name, you put it the total dollar amount.
Okay. So it's pretty easy. I'm just nervous. Like that's the one thing I don't want to mess nobody's money up. So that's why I'm like, let me make sure I know how to do this before, because okay.
No,
cool.
definitely. And that's why I do the time frame for payroll to where we do the first week is held and they're paid the following week. So that way I know that all of that money that I need to actually process payroll is in the account. And I don't have the pressure of like trying to, pay cleaners and I don't have access to the money that came from Stripe. So the cleaners that are getting paid on this coming Friday is for jobs they did on last week, but I already got that money's already sitting in the designated account. And when I run payroll on Monday, it's already there. So now it won't be taken out until Friday. So as long as you keep up with like those dates, like your payroll dates and your direct deposit processing date, and the day that they get paid on, you'll be fine. And just always remember like to make sure you pay on Monday, because if you ever miss, then they won't get paid until the following business day, which would be Monday. And then you're gonna have to hear all them cleaners talking about where's my money.